we have to talk about the Neptunes. We have to, because I got this Apple Music shit, and they have these playlists, right? So I'm digging through these playlists, and I find like this Behind the Board series, and it has Behind the Boards, the Neptunes. So obviously I had to jump on that, because I, along with the rest of the good-natured people, are I'm a Neptunes fan. So what you got here is, you got the classics, you have, well, we start off, right? And this is what led me to do this shit, because I realized the arrangement of this playlist. I understood it. I began to understand the arrangement, because they start this shit off. I'm like, why did they start this shit off with "I Just Wanna Love You"? You know, it's like, it's a hit, but it's not like the biggest Neptunes hit. I mean, big, and it's Jay-Z, but is it Neptunes? But this is the quintessential fucking Neptunes beat production, just in general. Like, listen to this shit. Right? This is a fucking... If you were to define the Neptunes as sounding like something, you would make it sound like this. One of the keys of the Neptune style is they just bring out the creativity and the individuality out of people and out of yourselves, even to the point of imperfection coupled with perfection. Like, it's so crazy how they do it. And the first thing I want to talk about, because we're going to have some specific ideas that we talk about that recur in Neptune's music, because the point of this video is we're trying to figure out how they do this, how they make, 25 songs, all hits, more than that, to be honest with you, that are different and that bring out the most out of so many artists. So one interesting thing that they've always done musically, that Pharrell's always done musically, is he'll experiment with the 4-bar, like the 4 on the floor loop thing, where he'll do the fucking, and Tyler the Creator does this too. He's a huge Pharrell fan. He'll do the dun 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 dun. So like, I'm shaking the fucking door that's not supposed to be there. Like, Drop It Like It's Hot starts that way, right? Or, and the same thing happens with Kelis, a Milkshake. Milkshake brings all the boys to the it's like he's fucking like he'll fucking repeat the first beat of the bar. I don't know, it's this way that Pharrell like commences the song, because the beats are so infectious. But one of the things about hip-hop influenced music is that it's very much based on loops. So it's really interesting that it's almost like you're sampling the song, you know what I mean? Because it goes boom, like it starts like 5 times basically and just like repeats. So it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like a DJ club thing. Whatever it is, it's super cool. And if you can't find a way to start a beat, you could do that. You could just loop the opening kick, loop the opening sound of the song over and over again, like Milkshake. My milkshake brings all... You notice how it's not just the kick there. Like, Tyler does it sometimes with the kick, but he did it in French too, where it's the beat is or whatever. And it starts with all these things add sonic cues to us. Like, all of these things that he does in these beats, they're cues to our ear. And especially when you have like these high tempo type beats where it's you're supposed to get the club going, like it's like a sign, like it's a mission statement, like here we go, boom, 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 like almost like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and everybody knows what's about to happen. And it's also unique, it's a signature. And then he'll do it really interestingly at like in like a bar sequence, like at the 4th time in the bar sequence, he'll do a similar thing. It's not quite the same thing, but like, especially in I Just Wanna Love You. So you know how like a normal beat, like, and there's nothing wrong with this per se, but a normal beat will be like, boom, boom, tap, boom, boom, tap, 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 and then maybe in the 4th bar you might get like a fill or something. You got like boom, tap, boom, tap, boom, or whatever. He'll do a thing where with the 4th bar he'll add like a sequence where it's just like, it's almost like an answer. It's almost like the first 3 bars are a question and the 4th one's an answer, or like a conclusion, or like we got somewhere. you know, and it helps move the song. So here it's and then what he's doing there, you know what I mean? It's like that pops up again over and over in the song. You know, at the end of like every 4 bars or 8 bars. You know what I mean? And it's like it's a music cue. It's a cue in your head, like we just got past that part, we get into another part. But it also is like this unique way to keep the rhythm fresh. So you're not just repeating the same thing over and over again. What they're doing, and they do this on Drop It Like It's Hot too, is it's like it's a change up in the rhythm. It adds a finality to it, and it also it allows the differentiation between the simple, quieter moments, and like allows for like some loudness and some extraness without interfering with the main rhythm. Because one of the things you might do as a producer when you're making any song, as any sort of musician, is you might have something good at the start, you know, a good rhythm, a good sound, and it's simple and it's real cool. And then you're just like, I don't know really where to take this. And so we might start adding instruments and adding things here and there, and adding some hats. I hear it all the time when people do beats and put it on SoundCloud. It's like, what's this hat section doing here? What are these hi-hats doing? They're completely messing with the rhythm of the actual beat. Just what Pharrell does, you know, because you also don't want to just leave it simple and like have it the same thing looping over and over again so where it becomes boring. What Pharrell does with that is he's saying, okay, here's the simple beat, here's the essence of what we got, the really good thing that we had that was simple. And then at little moments, we're gonna add extra stuff to fucking change things up, to add beauty to it, to add a sourness to it, whatever, you know? And on that beat too, on the Pharrell, I'm not really good with musicality and like musicianship and all the chords and I'm not good with that. I don't know music theory for shit. But this also has the signature tinny guitar thing that the Neptunes got. The they did that there. You know, they do that in Hot In Here, which, by the way, this is a song that, like, the Neptunes made it, and it's such a Neptune sounding beat in a lot of ways, but there's little things that make it, you attach it less to the Neptunes. When I hear, I mean, it's just personally, when I hear I Just Wanna Love You, I'm like, fucking Neptunes, here we go. When I hear Hot In Here, I'm like, this is Nelly. Like, that doesn't, like, Pharrell and the Neptunes don't really come, they more, like, serve as, like, your backup band. Like, they're at it, they're doing their thing, yes. They're making the beat, yes. But Nelly steals the show. Maybe partially because of the intro, because of the, that's not it. By the way, speaking of tinny guitar, ding, 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 ding. That tinny guitar. They do it here and Hot In Here too, but there's this intro slow, and you just let Nelly go. So hot in here, doing that whole thing. Oh, so that was voice crack. So Nelly's stealing the show in the song. Why? Why is Nelly taking more control of the song when in a song with Jay-Z and the Neptunes doing the same thing? You don't feel the same. Well, it's partially because Pharrell's not in the song. A lot of times the Neptunes will do a song and then Pharrell will sing on it, or Pharrell will make some noises on it. He doesn't do any of that on Hot In Here. It's just all Nelly and then some background vocals, I think from other people, you know. But Nelly is the only guy you're hearing. And when the beat comes in and the song comes in, it's like orchestral and it's like madness. It's it's slowed down. You know, it's nothing like the sound. I mean, musically, it's what the song sounds like, but sonically, as far as the rhythm, nothing like it. But you're introduced to Nelly. You hear Nelly. Hot in. That's who you're paying attention to. And then for the rest of the song, he's carrying the song. So you know it's getting hot in here. That's all. So Nelly's controlling that shit. And the Neptunes had a really good way of balancing that. It wasn't always like it was a Pharrell song, so here comes Pharrell. You know what I mean? Like the Neptunes will add their touches to it. And on a song like this, you can hear some clear Neptunes elements, like. And hold on, let me get the. See, there's the tinny guitar. That's a total Neptunes thing, and the drums are quick, and they got that, you know, rhythm to them, and the bass is warm. So it's like Neptune stuff, but you're not like you're paying more attention to Nelly than anything, and it brings Nelly out. There's a lot of producers that can make a hot beat, and then the rapper just doesn't do nothing with the beat, and people will blame it on the rapper, and it's partially the rapper's fault, but it's also partially the producer's fault because the beat's not open enough. The beat is not bringing out personality, bringing out the talent of the vocalist. It's just doing a really cool job sounding by its own, but it'd be better on its own. Grindin, you talk about simple shit. This is like the Clipse, by the way. The Clipse need to come back. I don't care, no Malice doing the whole preacher thing. Cool. They gotta come back and do the Pusha T, like the light side, dark side, like fucking angel, devil kind of thing. And just I would be down for whatever they do. But the Clipse need to come back because the Clipse were nasty, and they need to come back with Pharrell and the Neptunes, Chad, all of them, because this shit. This song here,
yo,
dun 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 dun.
I go by the name,
I'm your pusher.
I'm the Neptune.
Who had a better? Because this is basically the Clipse' best, like their introduction to the hip hop scene. Who had a better introduction to the hip hop scene than Pusha T at the beginning of Grindin, going, "I'm your pusher"? How cool does this motherfucker sound? Like, how cool does he sound fucking saying that shit? I can't.
And I just want to let y'all know, I'm your pusher. The world is about to feel.
And then there's Pharrell in the front, and he doesn't really interrupt with the song. Like, he's in the song. It doesn't have a feature for him, but he's singing. He does a grinding, and he does that talk at the beginning. But yo, this is 101 how to let their beat be good on its own and also bring the best out of the rapper. Because listen to this shit. It's just drums, claps, and some assorted sounds. Because you know that's Chad's thing. Chad was the guy who brought in the fucking weird sounds and shit and the whatever.
The hard, I'm the neighborhood pusher. Call me subwoofer, cause I pump bass like that, Jack.
There's so much space for Pusha T to work with here. There's so much space for him. He's the perfect rap. He knows what to do with space. You know, one of the reasons that his first on Mercy was, in my opinion, not the greatest was because there was too much going on in Mercy. You know, Mercy's a song, you let the beat ride out, and then a guy like 2 Chainz comes on and kills it because he's just having fun with the beat. Pusha T, you give him air, this dude will just take up the whole room with his fucking words, his cadence, his delivery, everything that he does, his vocabulary, the sound of the timbre of this guy's voice. And this song gives him so much space, and guess what? He absolutely destroys it. He destroys the damn song. Because he's just so good at staying on rhythm, but having little weirdness within the rhythm to make it sound a little offbeat, but not really. And then he's saying crazy ass drug punchlines. God. Y'all, these producers need to pay attention to this shit. Because this song is so damn good. But nobody will, and that beat is so good, but nobody will ever rap on that shit like Clipse did. Even Malice gets slept on so hard, because Pusha T got bars, Pusha T's crazy. I don't care if you say Pusha T's the better of the two, right? But you will give Malice his respect. Because we're going to talk about what I think is my favorite beat on here to close, because my phone's running out of battery. But my favorite beat to close, it's the last song on the playlist, and it's going to be the last song we go over. Even though I could talk for days. But, come on. Come on. Come on! You hear that? What happened to that boy? People forget about this damn beat. This beat is maybe the best Neptunes beat. This beat is maybe the best Neptunes beat. It's that simplicity. It's the eccentricity. It's the craziness of the drums. The mix is perfect. And by the way, just the simplest synth line ever. And they do a similar thing for Fabulous. What the fuck is the name? Fabulous Holla Back Youngin. That's the name of the song, Youngin. That beep, beep. I'm so attracted to that goddamn sound. I would marry that sound. That shit sound like, and it's like loud, but it's not. It's like quiet, you know, because the sound of the sound. Now we getting technical. The timbre of the sound is like so gentle and it's loud, but it's loud in your face, because it's just like dum, 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 dum. Then the beat, you don't always. I am guilty of this just as much as any producer, but you don't always gotta fucking put distortion and clip the fuck out of your beat. Just let the drums, let the dynamics work. This drum sound, these drums are not that hard, but the rhythm is perfect. You know, just the. Dude, and again, it brings the best out of these guys. Cause Birdman, I can't talk shit about Birdman. I gotta put respect on his name. But Birdman, like, this is probably the best thing he's ever done, especially a song that he's actually rapping on. And I'm pretty sure either Pusha or Malice wrote his verse. I don't know if we're at liberty to talk about that. But the dynamic between, it's all about dynamics. The dynamic between Birdman on the beat talking to shit, motherfucker said something about coca leaf plant. He's just coming in, rapping, chatting, all this shit. He's coming in on 2 different places, so he's not just talking shit once. He's talking shit twice. He's overwhelming you. What do Clipse do when they come in? What do Clipse do when they come in? What happened to that boy? That's it. They just take the space. And it's like that dynamic, like this song is that perfect dynamic between like the mob boss, the crazy kind of eccentric mob boss, and like his 2 main like hitters or dealers or whatever. Like the Clipse is like so that in his fucking song. They're so calm and cool with this shit, and Birdman is like, I don't give a fuck, man, y'all talk to him. Like that shit is crazy. And the rapping, God, I mean, I'm not trying to talk about rapping too much. I'm trying to talk about production. But the rapping on this.
What happened to that Syrup Beamer, man?
Hit him with the Nina, man. Or that 4/5 guarantee to lean you, man. Always know when to get a good drop in. The beat just drops out. Piece by piece, too. Notice. It's not just the beat comes out for a beat. The drums come out first.
Hit him with the Nina, man. Or that 4/5 guarantee to lean you, man.
And everything back.
I'm the reason that you're.
That's how you do it. I mean, you can do a drop many different ways, but stop fucking copying everybody else's drops. Take some of the shit out, take all the shit out. It's like the beat's running out of air, like the rapper's taking away all the power from the beat because he's fucking saying some powerful ass shit. And he is. Malice is saying some crazy shit. Like, this wouldn't be working if they weren't doing some amazing stuff. But Malice with the fucking hit him with the Nina, man. Or that cadence, nobody has a... Who does that, alright? Like, these cats do that. But they get that freedom from Clipse. You know, Mystical, I said that was going to be the last song, but I was kind of lying. Because we'll talk about this for a second. This Mystical song, Danger, is number 2 on here. Mystical would have been doing, like, the same No Limit shit. I mean, I don't want to take credit away from Mystical, but listen to what the Neptunes do with them.
Danger! Danger! Get on the floor! The nigga right here!
The space he gets, and then the greatest female hook, the greatest hook, maybe the greatest female hook you ever heard in your damn life. Dog, the way they hit the beat on it, this makes me. I had to listen to this on the train. I was on the train coming back home, and I listened to this, and I closed my eyes and I was waiting for it. I was like, yes, it's coming, it's coming. Oh, the way they hit the bend and the bend, so just listen. Find things that make you unique. Work with simplicity, work with the simple rhythm you got. Don't add shit that doesn't need to be there. And bring the best out of the artist. It's not all about your damn beats. Like, it's not all about the cool synth you found. Whatever works, and then just, and the dynamics and everything. There's so much to be learned from Neptune shit. And even if you're just like a casual listener, you don't gotta be making beats to watch this video. Just appreciate, because this is good ass music. All this good ass music. And this doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen just because the rapper was awesome that day. It's like a combination of things. And one of those things that has to be there is Pharrell. Like, the producer is so gosh darn important. It's so gosh darn important. Not just from the X's and O's. I'm talking about sports. Not just from like the knobs turning and the which synth goes where, but in terms of like getting the best out of your artist, making your artist sound amazing on X and Y song. You know what I mean? Like, I was watching this, like Devin Williams did a video about the Ball brothers. Like, y'all don't know basketball, you might not follow, but basically it's this high school team that is not losing. They're not taking any L's. They're winning blowouts like by 50 points all the time, and their players are doing crazy shit. You know, like the sophomore player throwing half-court shots, you know, full-court shots, taking crazy-ass shots that no other coach would let people take. But they let them, his coach lets them not just go wild and do whatever they want, but finds things that they can practice, finds things that work for them, and lets them express them in the best way possible, in like a best system. So do that when you make beats, and you might be good as a Neptunes.